Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is mylatriesit and I try a bunch of different perfumes from designer to niche to Middle Eastern. So one of you guys actually asked me in the comments to do a comparison video between the Lattafa Peace and Love and the Soie Malaquais Dries from Noten fragrance. This is the original one and this is the inspiration. I don't quite remember where I got this little sample, but I will link it in the description down below. Obviously this is a really big price difference. This can go anywhere from like 40 to 60 and this one retails for $365. So a huge difference when we're comparing them and letting you guys know if they're similar, if I prefer one over the other, and the note breakdown. All right, so first I'm going to put both of them on a tester strip. This one's Soie Malaquais and this one is Peace and Love. So Soie Malaquais over here and Peace and Love over here. I'm going to put a little note breakdown on the screen so I can talk about both of them. So Soie Malaquais has top notes of blackcurrant and bergamot, middle notes of silk and rose, and base notes of chestnut and cacao. Whereas Lattafa Peace and Love have top notes of blackcurrant, almond, and bergamot, middle notes of rose and tuberose, and base notes of sandalwood, vanilla, and heliotrope. It does kind of differ a little bit in the note structure, but I do think the key note for this fragrance is the blackcurrant. They are very similar. I'd say about like 85% similar. I wouldn't say it's an exact one-on-one. I do notice differences and noticeable differences. I'm also going to spray them on skin. And if you've been watching my channel, you know I am addicted to Peace and Love. I absolutely love this fragrance. This, the original though, I will say is softer and slightly more well blended. Yeah, it doesn't have any sharp edges. But the thing about the sharp edges in the Peace and Love are also what I think makes it super unique and what drew me towards it. It's still super well blended. It's just almost louder. And whereas the Soie Malaquais is softer, I think leans more feminine. This one's more unisex. And I think that chestnut in there is what is making it slightly softer. They're both really good. I'm not going to give final thoughts on them quite yet, but let me spray them on skin. They smell very similar to the tester strips on skin. I'm noticing the same differences. They're both very fresh, but in a very unique way. It's pretty similar to the tester strips. The original is a little softer. I think that chestnut really grounds it and kind of softens the bergamot in the top, so it makes it a little creamier. That silk component in the middle note I'm also picking up on. The cacao also kind of shines through. It's really good. The Lattafa version does have sharper citruses. That top almond note doesn't quite soften it as much as the original does. That being said, as they're drying down, they're both kind of softening up and the differences are becoming a little less noticeable. This one is a little softer and slightly more well blended. However, I did order Peace and Love before I even smelled the original Soie Malaquais, so I had nothing to compare it to. I absolutely love it. I still love it. I'm still going to wear it all summer long. But I do think between the two, the Soie Malaquais is softer. I can't speak to the longevity of the Soie Malaquais. The Lattafa one is really good longevity. It projects like a beast. And I'm not afraid of spending money on fragrances, but it's so subtle that it doesn't warrant the 300 plus price difference. Yeah, if you're between the two, I would say get the Lattafa one and maybe a really small, like 5 ml decan of the Soie Malaquais, just so you can use it for special occasions or something. But the Lattafa Peace and Love is chef's kiss. I'm honestly probably not even going to get a 5 ml or anything like that. I will use up the little sample. I hope that review was helpful. I'm gonna keep my bottle, love my bottle, use my bottle. I'm not going to miss not having the Soie Malaquais, if that makes sense. I'm more than happy with just this one on its own. This is one of my top fragrances in my collection overall anyway. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.